15 wins in a row to make it to 15-0 in the Marshall Thundering Herd Dynasty. And we've made it to the national championship game here in season number 4. Coming into this season, I had no idea how this quarterback room would look, but Duke Hymas has led us all the way. And really, with not many mistakes, he has been a mistake-free quarterback. Very, very safe with the football, but also taking a lot of shots and using his accuracy down the football field to make throws. And really, every part of our team has been thriving this year, including the defense, who hasn't stacked up the sack numbers this season, but has really made plays and really made the difference in a lot of games. And it's sometimes better to be lucky than good, as we saw right there versus Louisiana. But in the Big 12, nobody could really catch us this year, and I think that was the thing. We were so well balanced running the football and throwing the football, along with stopping the run and the pass. Teams just didn't know how to attack us. We had a lot of pick sixes from our secondary, including this one from Nicholas Reed versus Utah. He had 4 interceptions like that this year. And the rest of our secondary just specialized in creating turnovers and timely turnovers. And that was the big key this year. Getting to the big game, it was really, really a grind, but we got there, and we got some very big wins versus some teams that we could not beat in the past. For the first time in this series, we won some playoff games. We've been to the playoffs actually 2 of 3 years, but now we are here in the playoffs and actually defeating the top teams in the country. So now we landed in the national championship game to face the number 1 team in the country in Clemson. All top 4 seeds made the semifinals. We defeated Florida State. Clemson defeated Washington, and now we meet in the big game. The ACC champions, Clemson, lost an early game versus NC State by 3, but then looking at the rest of their schedule, they had a lot of close victories, but they found a way to get it done. They ended up finishing the season with 5 of the last 6 games being nationally televised. Obviously, the playoff games were, but they really had to grind it out, and that was really, really a big run for them. They are led by the senior quarterback, Christopher Vezina, who has been a 2-year starter with them, but he has been actually really, really good this year, and I think that he's going to be, a guy that is going to be playing on Sundays. He just is a leader, and that's exactly what this team needs. They are led by Zach Dieter at running back, and he was one of the top running backs back in Season 1's recruiting class, and he is really, really good. He's a former 5-star prospect. I believe he was actually ranked number 1 as far as running backs back in that class. I remember seeing him, and then obviously goes to Texas, and I think that this team is really good, really, really good, and they have a really good receiving core. Bryant Wesco is their top receiver. He is a former 4-star prospect, star development trait. Look at the agility, 98, change of direction at 99. He's very, very elusive. You definitely got to look out for him. Ronan Hannafin is really good. As you can see, he was a 845-yard receiver. Tolson is pretty good. He had 5 touchdowns on the year. They have a good tight end in Dixon and Lanier as well. And this is a team that can hurt you in every single way. As you can just see, Dieter is All-American coming into this game. Now, they are missing their top pass rusher in Darian Mayo. He is out for 4 weeks, and essentially that's the end of the season. They are led by D. Creighton, then, who's going to take over as their top pass rusher. He is really, really good. Now, I'm curious to see how our tackles will hold up today, especially versus a top-tier defensive front. But their secondary is also really good. Corian Gibson is a 4-star, former 4-star, 87 overall. He is a senior this year. Really, really good. A really good ball hawk. And then they have Raymond Warner, who has 5 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles with 4 fumble recoveries. So he is a ball hawk on this defense. Duke Hymas for the Marshall Thundering Herd, 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions up to this point. Dylan Gilliam, 8 touchdowns on the ground, led us this year in rushing touchdowns. Duke Hymas had 6 of his own. He was second on the team, but Gilliam will get the start today here in the national championship. We just need a spark at the running back position, and I like what Brian Santana has provided for us, but he's been, I would say, good, nothing special though. But Gilliam, with that power back mentality, has definitely been the most special back in our room. DeJuan Whitehead is going to have to play a big role. He does play all over. He plays in the slot, plays on the outside. We know what he used to be, a former 3-star prospect, has started since his freshman year, now in his 3rd season. He has been a very, very good leader in this receiving room. After every year, we've had a big receiver leave the program, and now DeJuan Whitehead is that big receiver in this receiving room. 11 touchdowns this year, just shy of 1,000 yards by 60 yards. This has been the fewest yards we've seen by a leading receiver, by the way. Aiden Steinfeld has stepped up. 700 yards as a tight end is very, very good. Dwayne Gardner stepped into that role that Michael Green left, and he has been really, really good. Not the big sack monster that Michael Green was last year and the year before that, but Dwayne Gardner has been unstoppable with stopping the run, and he's been really, really good at getting after the passer too with 6.5 sacks. Caleb Uche, the freshman defensive tackle, is going to have to play a big role. We know what his ceiling is. It's very, very high. But can he make plays in the backfield today to force them into uncomfortable situations where they have to throw the ball down the football field? And really, this is why. Because we want them to throw the ball. We know our defensive secondary is really, really special. Look at all of the interceptions that we've had this year. And we have 6 defensive touchdowns this year, which is incredible. And we have 2 players, Maxwell Odom and Nicholas Reed, who both have 2 pick sixes. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup as we start the national championship game in prime time. The final game of the season is underway, 15-0 versus 14-1. And Clemson will start out with the football at the 17-yard line. The senior quarterback, Christopher Vizina, playing in his final game of his career. We'll see what we can do to stop him today. Here he is running Hannafin in motion. He will give it to him on the jet sweep touch pass on the first play of the game, and Clemson picks up a gain of 10. They will mark him short of the first down sticks. Now a 2nd and inches. Handoff to Dieter, and he is stopped in the backfield. And there is Alex Holdman, the redshirt sophomore. And now it is 3rd and 1. Vizina changing the play at the line as he hands off to Dieter, who hesitates a little bit and gets to the first down marker, only picking up a gain of maybe 2 or 3 yards on that carry. The backup running back is in the game. He takes it to the right side. This one is going to be a first down by Jay Haynes. As he picks up the first, he stays in the game. Now they give it right back to him, and he has a big-time hole to left side, fighting forward, and Caleb Uche helps him out at the end of that run. It's a first down. They're across the 50. More of this hurry-up offense now. Play action fake throwing across the middle. This one is caught. Bryant Wesco Jr., who is their leading target this year, he picks up the first. And now they're at the 20. More hurry-up offense. Play action throwing across the middle. It's intercepted. It's David Hardwick Jr. there in coverage, and he makes the play. This entire drive, they've been running that hurry-up offense, and take a look. We ended up having David Hardwick right up on the line of scrimmage there at the snap and then dropping back into coverage because we were worried about the run, and I think Vizina just didn't see him. He throws it right to him in coverage, and we take back over on offense. So here is Duke Hymas now with this offense, handing it off to Dylan Gilliam, getting the start for the first time in about, I'd say, like 7 or 8 games that he has been benched. 2nd and 7 now. Hymas trying to step up, and he goes down. It's a sack by Joe Becton for a loss of 2. And now it's 3rd and 9. Here is Hymas throwing deep. A wide open man downfield. It's DeJuan Whitehead getting all the way to the 32-yard line on that throw. Good protection. How about Gilliam, though? Look at him slide there and pick up that block and protect Hymas just for that split second enough to make that throw. 1st and 10 now. Here is Courtney Lyles into the game. He gets a carry to the right side and a big-time run for a gain of 15 yards. and a first down as we're at the 17-yard line. Play action fake to Gilliam. Here's a throw to the end zone. It's caught. It's Leon. Touchdown. Duke Hymas with an excellent drive to open this game. Had to go 80-plus yards as well. And Leon the true freshman tight end, scores the first touchdown of this national championship. And how about that throw away from the defense? And it's just a perfect executed play. So now 7-0. Here is Dieter starting out the next drive for Clemson, and he picks up a gain of 10 for a first down carry on this drive. Right back to the run game. There is a nice stop in the backfield. Dwayne Gardner stood up the ball carrier, and then cleaning it up was Maxwell Odom on the tackle. And now it's 3rd and 9 now at the 43. Here is Vizina in the pocket, facing pressure. He goes down. It's Zach Traylor along with Caleb Uche meeting at the quarterback. And Traylor, it looked like, kind of forced Vizina to try to scramble, and Uche is right there to clean it up. So another drive here for the offense as we play action to start out this next drive, and the pressure's right there, and Hymas can't get away. It's a loss of 11 yards on the gang tackle sack that time. 2nd and long now. Here's Hymas getting out, and he had nobody to throw it to on that play. Good coverage by the secondary. They sent a blitz that time from the nickel spot. Now a 3rd and 21. Here's a deep shot one-on-one for Tracy Augustine, and it's caught! Why not air it out? A Marshall Thundering Herd receiver is down there to make a play. But take a look. This ball hits off of the helmet of the defender into Tracy Augustine's hands. I don't think I've ever seen that in this game. And wow, what a play. And we're inside the 25-yard line now. 1st and 10, RPO action over to Robert Session. He gets free. It's a touchdown. What a start to this game. A deep shot, probably lucky catch by Augustine. And then that play. All we need is 2 big plays, and Marshall is up by 2 scores. 14-0 here for the Thundering Herd. Here is Vizina running a little bit of read option, and he keeps it for a gain of 13 yards on that play. Now is 2nd and 7. Here is Vizina. He's going to play action, throw into the right side. Intercepted in Nicholas Reed. Oh my goodness, 2 early interceptions by this Marshall defense. And Vizina is looking like he's in trouble in this first quarter. Down by 2 scores already, and he throws it into coverage. That play action, I think, is really shifting his eyes into spots he really shouldn't be looking at. He tried to fit that one in. Nicholas Reed was right there to jump it. So now here we go, back on offense. Here's a throw to left side. That one is incomplete. Robert Session with tight coverage on him. Can't hold it in. 3rd and 9 now. Hymas. He's looking to throw the ball across the middle to Whitehead, but he was blanketed, and it's a sack by the defense. And Clemson, a couple of nice plays right there, gets the ball right back. Here is Dieter now with the carry. He takes it to the right side, and that's a gain of a couple. And now here they go, 2nd and 10. Back to this hurry-up offense. I'm not sure this is working so far here for Clemson. They run right into the defense. It's going to be Dwayne Gardner and Caleb Uche for the tackle. Caleb Uche's got 2 tackles for loss so far, including that half sack. 3rd and 13. Here's a throw to left side. That's not going to work. The defense is right there, and we force the punt. Clemson's offense is struggling here so far. Play action fake to start the next drive for the Herd. Here's a throw to the first down sticks. It's Aiden Steinfeld, the chain mover of this offense. 2nd and 7. Here's another big carry up the middle, and it's Courtney Lyles for a first down. We are doing great on both sides of the football so far. Here's a throw across the middle. That's caught. Robert Sessions open. Thrown a little bit behind him, but Session is able to adjust his body, and he makes the catch. 1st and 10 now. Here's a cross-body screen this time to Courtney Lyles, but it looks like he was gassed on that play. only picks up maybe a couple of yards, and now it's 3rd and 9. RPO action, throw to the right side. It's Session again, trying to use that speed to get to the edge. He does try to fight forward, but tackled at the 30, and it's 4th and 3. This would be a 47-yard field goal, but I think this is manageable here, so we go for it. Here is James rolling. He's going to take it himself, but a flag on the play. Oh, no, and it looks like this is coming back. It's going to be holding. So now we're knocked out of field goal range. We lose 10 yards. Now it's back at the 40, and now it's a 57-yard field goal. If we would have took the points on that one and just kicked the field goal, it would be 17-0, but instead we put it away. So here is Clemson back on an offense and more great defensive plays. That time Jason Keener makes the stop and knocks it out of the receiver's hands. Another handoff. Dieter. Maxwell O'Doom in the backfield. 3rd and long again for this Clemson offense. This defense has been stifling today. Here's a throw deep down the field. This one's caught by Wesco. It's a 1st down, a great touch pass by Vizina right there. Another throw across the middle. This one's caught. It's Hannafin for the touchdown. And Clemson scores just like that. 2 big plays, and they're on the board. You would think so far this lead would be a lot bigger, but it's still a 1-score game. All of the plays that Marshall has made so far, and Clemson just strikes back just like that. You know, Vizina is a senior quarterback. He's got that leadership. He can bounce back from 2 INTs. We'll see how the defense responds after giving up a big one. Now a 3rd and 4 for the offense. Here is Jaime stepping up, and he's got the 1st and more using his legs, and that is a big 1st down run. Jaime is now at the 37-yard line, stepping up again. He has the 1st and does get hit from behind, but showing off the wheels. It's a gain of 15 on that carry. Now close to the 50-yard line. You got to account for the rushing attack from James as well. Here is Courtney Lyles breaking a tackle, and he picks up a gain of 10 with some tough running. His wear and tear are starting to wear on him. I think this Clemson defense, they're hitting us pretty hard. Here's a throw across the middle. It's Leon Awe who has it for a gain of 5. That sets up a 3rd and short. 9 of 12 from the game for Duke James. Running the fullback Henderson in motion. Here's a handoff to Lyles, and we try to run the football, and it's going to end up being a loss of 5 yards. Back to the 36. It's a 53-yard field goal here for the freshman. It's Garrett Woods, and he will kick this one deep, and this one is short. You've got to be kidding me. So Woods comes in, and I think that 53 is probably the longest he can make. And he's made that before this year, this time short. So one last heave at the end of the half, and he's got a man, Wesco. Oh, man, Jason Keener let a guy get behind him. How does that happen? And we get lucky. It's 14-7 at halftime. And to be quite honest with you, I think that this has been a very even game as far as like what we've been able to execute on both sides of the football. But you would think Marshall would have a bigger lead at this point. But Clemson has stayed in it. And it's just been a couple of plays here and there that have been the difference so far. 2 INTs for the defense. We'll see if the offense can really, separate from this Clemson D. Here's a stretch play to start the second half, and there is Gilliam getting hit hard. And once again, our running back room is getting banged up today, so we got to monitor that. Gilliam remains in the game now for a 3rd and 12. Pressure gets right in and hits James, and that's incomplete. A 3 and out here for the offenses. Here comes Clemson out onto the field. Vizina now with great momentum, I think, going into this second half because now they have great field position. There is a jet sweep touch pass fake to a toss, and it's a loss of 4 yards. And how about that? Now they're back at the 47. Handoff back to Dieter. He gets free, and he picks up a lot of yards on this one. It's a gain of 9, so they get a lot of that yardage back. This would be a 53-yard field goal from here. 3rd and 4 now, running Dieter in motion. This time, it's Vizina throwing out to Dieter in the flats. Can we come up with the tackle? And he will be just a yard short. And now this one's from about 51 yards. So they give their kicker a little bit closer here, and the kick is good. Drills it from 51, and now it's a 4-point game. And here we go, trying to establish this run, but remember that wear and tear was wearing on Gilliam. He has a nice hole to the left side, and that one is a gain of 8. I really do want to pound it with them, but we got to probably rotate these backs in because look at Clemson. They're crashing on the run. Here's a throw to the right side. This one's caught. It's Gilliam who breaks the tackle, and he gets the first down. But, man, he is really, really worn down at this point. Here's a quick throw. It's Aiden Steinfeld, and he picks up a gain of 9 yards. 2nd and 11, a quick throw. This time it's DeJuan Whitehead. He gets hit hard, but it's enough for the first down. And now we are here at the 45. Here is Jaimes, and once again the pressure gets to him, but Jaimes breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, down the sideline, pushed out at the 20. What a play by Jaimes. Lloyd Thurman just gets destroyed, but Jaimes just has the athletic ability to break that tackle and then rush for a gain of 20. What a play by Jaimes. You talk about championship moments, that might be it. Here's a quick throw, and that's a Robert Session who's open. He picks up 6, but probably would have had a lot more if he would have stayed in bounds. 2nd and 4 now. Now pressure getting to Jaimes, and it's a sack. A loss of 10 yards back at the 26. It's now 3rd and 15. Trying to get some yards back at least to get into better field goal range. Jaimes just takes off. He picks up a block and does get out of bounds. 36-yard field goal. We knock on 3. But, man, if Robert Session would have stayed in bounds on that crossing route, we probably would be talking 6 here. But here is Clemson, and Vizina answering right back with a nice throw downfield for a first down. Now, on the edge of field goal range at the 37, Vizina throws to an open man across the middle. That one's caught by Dixon, and it's a first down. And now they're threatening to score. Clemson has answered back now in the second half. Every single drive that we've had, they've had an answer for at least getting down the football field as of late. As now they get it to a 3rd and 5. They line up Wesco in the backfield. Are they going to give it to him? No, he's just pass protecting. And here is the quarterback, Vizina, breaking a tackle, getting to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. Jaimes just did it last drive, and now Vizina does it. Here's a handoff. Dieter. He is stopped at about the 4. They will mark it down. And now 2nd and goal. Play action. Here is Vizina trying to scramble himself. He goes down. Uche there with the 1-yard sack. And now it's 3rd and goal at the 5. They come out here with 4 wide receivers and a tight end. There is a sack. It's Zach Traylor. Back at the 11-yard line, they were inside the 5 with the 1st and goal, and they cannot punch it in. 2 sacks right there inside the 10. 1 by Uche, 1 on Traylor, and we will get them to settle for 3. That's a big-time play on the goal line right there by all of our guys, secondary and up front, and we hold them to 3. 4th quarter action now. Here's a throw across the middle. Now Brian Santana is getting some action because our backfield is really banged up at this point. It's been a long season. Everybody is really, really banged up at this point, as here is Brian Santana picking up the first down, but he's got fresh legs, so he will remain in the game now. Here's a design screen, but Santana cannot get free for that one, and it falls to the ground. 2nd and 10 now. Here is Jaimes throwing to the right side. Intercepted. Clemson has their first INT of the game. We were looking for that long slant across the field. Whitehead was going to be open, but I think if we would have stayed in the pocket, that linebacker was moving with Whitehead the entire time, or moving with Jaimes, I should say. And we tried to get the ball over the top of him, but Jaimes just didn't have enough. Vizina now back on the field. Here's a throw to the right side to the tight end, Dixon, and he picks up a gain of 5. 8 minutes to go. That's plenty of time here for Clemson. Here is a play action. Throw it to left side. Intercepted again. It's Corey Myrick with a play, giving us possession. INT number 3 for Vezina today. And that's just some veteran, I guess, experience there. He knows that he's got that cloud flat coverage, and he just drops back. He doesn't even leave his man pretty much, and Vezina makes a mistake. So here is Robert Session now to start the next drive, and he will get the jet sweep, only getting 4 yards on that one. And now it's 3rd and 6. Quick throw. This one is caught, and a 3 and out here for the offense. So a good possession right there for the defense as they come up with a stop, and now Clemson's back onto the field, still down 4. Play action fake, throwing deep this one. Vezina looking for his man. He's got him inside the 5. And that's Hannafin. Ronan Hannafin, 6'3", and Darvion Childers at 5'9". He wins the jump ball battle. And wow, what a big play Clemson needed right there. They get it to the 3. 1st and goal. We stopped them here before. There is a nice play, and that is going to be Zach Traylor in the backfield. That's a loss of 4 yards. They're back at the 7 now. 2nd and goal. Handoff, and that time it's David Hardwick Jr., a loss of 1. They might go through this again. It's a 3rd and goal at the 8. We rush 4. Vezina under pressure. He breaks 1 tackle, stays on his feet, and throws it out of bounds. And now they settle for another field goal after having great field position. Now it's a 1-point game. Here is Brandon Spadell to return this kick. He breaks the tackle and somehow breaks free. Great field position here for the Herd. We're at the 46, maybe 47-yard line. So running Tyler Stevens in motion, the blocking tight end. We hand it off to Gilliam, and a flag on the play. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. I'm trying to run the football to run some clock and get some good field position, and now instead it's a 2nd and 20 back at the 36-yard line. Here is Jaimes this time, throwing deep. He's got a man. It's Whitehead. He's got it. No. Dropped at the 11. The defender came in and made the tackle, and Whitehead couldn't hold on. A perfect throw by Jaimes erased. 3rd and 20. Here is Jaimes throwing across the middle, almost intercepted. And Clemson could have possibly had a pick 6 on that one. Who knows? Instead, we punt it away. So that big drop might mean something. Here is Dieter now with the carry up the middle, and he picks up 8. 4 minutes to go. They have all 3 timeouts as well. It's a 3rd and 2 at the 47. They choose to run the football with Dieter, and he will be stopped short. It's 4th and 2 here for the Clemson offense. They're going to allow him to go for it here, and they come out empty. Vezina now in the pocket. He throws it across the middle. This one's incomplete. It's Corey Myrick who comes in late with the hit on Tolson, and he jars that ball loose. So I guess both teams are making the same mistakes, dropping passes, everything. As we try to run the football here late with the 1-point lead. Here is Jaimes now stepping up in the pocket. He throws to the last second. He's got Whitehead who picks up a block. Downfield inside the 25. And it's a 1st down. Whitehead made the play that time. And now here we go. 2.5 minutes to go. Screen pass. And it's Brian Santana all alone. Inside the 10 now. And it is 1st and goal. This is where Clemson struggled. We'll see if Marshall does as well. Here's an RPO action to the right side, and that is going to be a stop and a tackle for loss by the Clemson defense. It's a loss of 3. We get it to a 3rd and goal now. They send 5, pretty much a cover 0. Here's a throw to the end zone. Robert Session, a tough catch, but probably should have had it. And we will end up kicking the field goal here and going right back up by 4. So now we force Clemson to score a touchdown. We've been able to keep them out of the end zone, so we got to trust our defense to this point. This could be the final drive here for Clemson. Here's a throw, and that one is caught. Good throw by Vizina for the first down up the seam, and they call their first timeout of the half. Vizina now directing the receivers on where to go here. Here is a throw to the right side. This one's caught. It's Hannafin behind the defense again. It's a touchdown. How does this happen? But taking a closer look at the coverage, Darvion Childers tries to go back and gets bumped by Nicholas Reed way off of his zone. And that springs Hannafin free, and Ronan Hannafin will score and make it a 3-point lead for Clemson with a minute and a half to go. Here is James now scrambling to the right side. He does get outside of the defense and gets pushed out for a gain of 7. That one will stop the clock. I wanted to preserve these timeouts. Here's a handoff this time. It's going to be a run up the middle. Gilliam picks up the first for a gain of 5. Hurry up offense here. Here's a short throw to Gilliam. He runs over a defender and almost gets to the first down sticks. It's a gain of 9 yards. More hurry up offense here. 2nd and 1, as it looks like we have a tight end and 3 receivers on the field. Throwing downfield. It's DeJuan Whitehead all alone. It's a touchdown. A busted coverage by the secondary of Clemson. And take a look. This is just a normal slot fade, and it looks like the defense was fooled. They thought we were going to go underneath, and Whitehead was all alone. And now our defense has to come up with a stop here. Under a minute, 4-point lead. Clemson has to punch it into the end zone. Vizina on a 1st and 10 throws it short to the tight end Dixon and picks up a gain of 5. And now they hurried up to the line. They do have 2 timeouts remaining here. Vizina in the pocket. He throws across his body and finds Dieter. But it's a gain of 4. Still short of the first down marker, by the way, but the clock is still running. I don't know what's going on with Clemson. They're taking their sweet time. Here's Vizina getting hit on the pressure. And now it's 4th and 1. 20 seconds to go. They have 2 timeouts. They just need to get a yard here, or it's the game. Vizina throws short. It's Dieter tackled. It's Maxwell O'Doom. 4 TFLs for O'Doom. That's technically going to be one of them. And Dieter, all he needed to do was get upfield, and that is a great tackle by Maxwell O'Doom. And the Thundering Herd will win a national championship. How about that game from start to finish? It couldn't have been any closer, 1 versus 2. But in the end, Marshall comes up with a big time clutch play in the end, and we end up getting the victory. I mean, man, what a game. One thing about this game that really made this a good game is that we saw like breaks by both teams. We saw busted coverages by both teams. We saw big drops by both teams. We saw crucial turnovers by both teams. It was just a fun game all the way around. And Clemson, and in my opinion, I think the game ball has to go to the Marshall defense, because there were like crucial points in that game, especially in the red zone, where we made some plays. Even that goal line stand we had twice, that was epic. Got them to settle for a field goal twice in the red zone there at the end of the football game. Obviously, they had that big-time play down the football field to Hannafin, and I had no idea going into that game that Ronan Hannafin was going to go nuts like that. But look at the stats of the game. Everything is pretty much identical. 4 of 12 of third down, 411 for them, 330 pass yards for us, 328 for them. I mean, it was just as even as you could get, and maybe those turnovers ended up being the difference for Clemson. But in the end, we both had a lot of opportunities to either take the lead or pull away, and neither team could. It was just that good of a game. But Ronan Hannafin, 4 for 189, 2 touchdowns for Clemson. He was amazing. But in the end, Duke James made plays with his legs at the end, and so did Vizina, that big time broken sack, and then he ended up scrambling for a first down. That was crucial as well. But James did it also, and it was just a lot of fun. I was on the edge of my seat this entire game, DeJuan Whitehead over 100 yards. He did have that big drop, but obviously made up for it with the big touchdown late. But what a find there by Jaime. A busted coverage, and he was just wide open. Dwayne Gardner with 6 tackle for losses. The one big thing about this game is that Dieter, their starting tailback, the 4 and 5 star, he ran for like 20 yards. Like, he was stuffed. I believe it was, 16 carries for 20 yards? Like, it was insane. And then obviously the 3 INTs by the secondary, that was crucial as well. But we come up with a big time clutch win down the stretch. And we end up undefeated 16-0 to win the national championship. You know, when I sat out here in this series, I had no idea how far we would go here because I knew this wasn't a team that I would, be able to start from scratch like a team builder would be. But I think overall this series, and I'll talk about it next episode, has kind of come to a stopping point. Like, this is a really good stopping point, especially here in season 4. We have built this roster up, but it hasn't taken, as long as I would have thought and maybe even would have hoped. But I think we got the job done. Like, there was just so many great moments in this series. And obviously, the national championship game, one of the best games of this series. I might have to look at some other games we've had in this series and kind of see where this one ranks. But it was definitely like an entertaining game from start to finish. Both teams played well, and obviously Clemson came into the college football playoff as that #1 seed, and I think we had a chip on our shoulder a little bit because we were the undefeated team, and they ended up being ranked higher than us. Our offensive coordinator, Greg Corbin, after an excellent season with a freshman quarterback, ends up getting the head coach at Notre Dame, which is insane. They went 3-9 last year, which is terrible, but here we are as national champions. And like I said, we're going to have kind of an episode next episode here, and I will kind of talk about where this team will probably go from here. And it could be a send-off episode. I'm still kind of debating that. I'm not exactly sure. But we finished the goal here, 16-0. You can see all of our playoff games were fairly close. Like Florida State, that was obviously a blowout, but Alabama, Marshall, that was close. And everybody really, had a unique path to the championship here. Clemson, a lot of close games. They had a 3-point victory versus UCLA, then a blowout victory versus Washington to get here. So it was a lot of fun playing them. And I'm glad it shaped out that way. We had a chip on our shoulder as the #2 team, and we won the championship. So next episode, like I said, it'll be coming soon. We'll see when that does hit. I'm not sure, but we'll see you next episode. Hit subscribe. National champions, the Marshall Thundering Herd. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.